Hello, my name is Linda Raji and I am a counselor. September is Suicide Prevention Month and a lot has been said about suicide this month, but I would like to shed more light on how you can care for a suicidal family member or friend because we need more information about this. I will define suicide as an intentional self-inflicted death, often characterized by a feeling of hopelessness. The tricky thing is that people don't actually just want to kill themselves. They just want to end the pain. And unfortunately, death is the medium they achieve that peace they want. Also, we often think that suicidal people always have it premeditated for a long period of time. And this is not always true. We also have those that are just reacting to a traumatic situation or a break in the normal response to daily living, pressures of daily living, and they decide to end it because they don't see any way out. I would like to talk about how we should be treating or be more sensitive towards people. A lot of times when we hear people are suicidal, we ask ourselves, why would they want to commit suicide? People are different. Our threshold for patience and for pain, it's quite different. Everybody has a different tolerance level, and for some it's harder, for others it's quite easy. So if you're among the tough ones, good for you, but we want to remind you to be patient and tolerant and sensitive, actually, not even patient. Be sensitive and less judgmental. Very often on social media, you see people just trolling each other and saying really harsh words, and you don't know how, if someone is actually struggling on that day. We are quick to body shame and just inflict harm with our words, and we call it being savagery. But at the end of the day, some people go behind closed doors and cry, and you don't know their struggles. So I will enjoy all of us to be more careful about how we behave and treat people, since you don't know their struggles. Thank God for Twitter. A lot of times we see people now on Twitter actually reacting when we see some people write comments like, "I'm tired, I've done my best," and they start to reach out to organizations in charge of mental health. That is a good development, but social media like Facebook, I'm yet to see that. People are not really that sensitive or even aware of what the symptom of suicide looks like. When you notice a friend that is always out there, bubbly, suddenly goes quiet, what do? You reach out, check on them. "Hey, I hardly see you around anymore. Are you good? How may I help you?" If you come as honest as you can, chances are they will actually respond to you and tell you what they are going through. And when they start to open up, how do you actually react to them? When you hear people start saying things like, "If I'm going to be alive by then," when you hear people are now sounding like really fixated with death, that is a silent cry for help that you should actually ask them what's going on with them, so they can actually confide in you or give you reasons to suspect something is not right. Then you go close to them. And when you are actually very certain that someone is suicidal, what do? First thing is to approach them with all sincerity and be very gentle. I'm not talking about pity here, I'm talking about empathy. Be very gentle and be very sincere. Make them feel safe and make them feel like they can trust you to open up about what they are going through. And be as honest as possible. Try and encourage them with words. Don't be judgmental. Never find yourself in a position where you are actually arguing with someone who is suicidal. Be patient, extremely patient with them, and get them the help they seek by reaching out to a counselor or a psychologist. We have a lot of contacts on social media now. We'll be sharing a few at the end of this session with you guys. So after their first visit to a counselor, when you bring them back home, remove every object that you know can actually be used to cause self-harm. I won't mention them so we don't give people ideas, but you know what I'm trying to say. Every sharp object should be taken away, and keep a close watch on them without making them feel pressured at the same time. And absolutely at no time should you make them feel guilty for attempting suicide or trying to kill themselves. It's not a choice they willingly chose for themselves. They just couldn't cope, and that was the only way they could see at that point. So please be, like I said, keep being sensitive to them and be responsive. Make them know you're present there with them, and remind them that the feeling is temporary. It doesn't last forever. They might not believe it, but just keep reassuring them also. Don't put further pressure on them by telling them things like, "You have a lot to live for." You are pressuring them. Don't tell them how will your family feel. That's extra pressure that they don't need. Just keep encouraging them that the worst will pass and they will be fine again, and that you're there for them to listen to everything they have to say to you. And follow up with treatment. Make sure they are taking their drugs if they were prescribed with any, and make sure to watch out for any adverse effects of those drugs also. And over the long haul, keep watching them. Don't leave them alone at any point. Just check on them. It can be through messages. Maybe they are not family members actually, and they're actually friends. What you can do is always leave them messages, checking on them. Make sure they realize that you are always there for them so that they can easily reach out to you. We've had cases where medical practitioners receive suicide cases and they start to victim blame the person again. Why do you want to kill yourself? Can't you see your mother crying? That's the last thing they want to hear. For those that actually were unsuccessful with their attempts, they already feel the enormity of what just happened is all over them, and the last thing you want to make them feel is actually guilty again for making an attempt. Instead, show them that unconditional love and make them feel accepted. If they are in a house where the source of their suicide attempt is, maybe somebody raped them there, either move them from a different location so they can feel at peace and comfortable, or move the source of their pain from that house, just so that they will know they're in a safe space. Finally, for adolescents and young people, the way to actually suspect when they are having suicidal tendencies is, for example, a young person that is actually very interested in how they look suddenly doesn't care about their physical appearance. They are lashing out. Some actually just withdraw. You should know something is up with them. Maybe they are being bullied. Maybe they are being body shamed. A lot of young people actually do suffer self-esteem issues, and I would like to remind us that telling people you've not seen in a long time and meeting them and just reminding them, oh, you've added weight, it's not a kind of greeting. If we can desist from that, it will do us a lot of good. You've added weight is not a form of greeting. Please, let's stop saying that. Instead, pay compliments. I've not seen you in a long time. You look good. Your dress is fabulous. Your shoes are amazing. Say these positive things, or you keep quiet. Let's not add to what people are going through. Someone that's added weight already knows she has added weight. He knows he has added weight. Reminding them doesn't actually do anything positive for them, right? So for young people, let's watch out for young people that complain about being bullied. When they start to withdraw, be very careful, watch them, observe them, get them to tell you what's going on with them. Then when they start looking for sharp objects or looking for items they can use to cause self-harm, be on the lookout and watch out and see how you can help them through this. For older people and adults going through depressive episodes like a loss of a loved one, loneliness, watch out for them also. We do believe sometimes that people that kill themselves or commit suicide do that over a long period of time, or they are just psychotic. It's not true. It can just happen impulsively and they will do it. Like I said, it might just be a means to end a pain for them, not because they necessarily want to die. So let's be kind, let's be cautious, and let's learn how to take care of people that are suicidal without expecting them to be as strong as you are. People are different. People just want to be listened to. People need attention. People need kindness. So let's be the people that actually offer this kind of kindness. And like I said, when you don't see people you normally see around anymore, check on them. When people who are bubbly suddenly start withdrawing, check on them. They might be threatened, you don't know. So be that safe space for people to confide in, and you'll do better. Thank you.